Если приветствую на канале RuTuBe, с вами Денис, это Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Нашли мы коня пана Бергова, Атила. Сейчас его повезу обратно на Малишевский конный завод. Там посмотрим, что с ним сделают. А что с ним сделают? Все нормально там будет. Мне просто интересно, что у него такой закон, что любого всадника к себе приветовать. Я думал, там какой-то будет надроченный. Здесь обычная коняшка. Бегаю, выполняю квесты шестерочные. Может, потом при концовке зачтется, знаешь. В любом случае, когда выполнены квесты и не выполнены, это разные вещи. По-разному к тебе относятся. Даже вот так, возможно, где-то скрытую какую-то тропу откроют. Или еще чего. Ну, короче. Лучше выполнить, чем нет. Это потом, когда новую игру начну, плюс. Тогда можно будет подзабить болта. Где Гаштель?
I've got good news. I found that stolen horse of yours.
I don't believe my eyes. Henry, thank God! Von Berghoff was already looking for him. If not for you, he'd hang me by the balls from the tower.
Well, I'll do what I can.
And I appreciate it. Here's a little something for your trouble. And if you ever want to learn something about...
I will.
Ну-ка, обучи меня давай.
I'd like...
What is it?
I hear...
Fun.
Давай, давай. Ладно, я тебя обдирать не буду, как липку. Иди своей дорогой. А я пойду своей. Так, а что у меня? Сумка, пища. Красноба инджиха. Выпить, чтоб навыки качались получше. Вот и все. Так, здесь я выполнил. Где там еще квест? В Биланах. Ладно. Шестерка поехала за новой работой. Да, обида на самом деле, то что догоняют как тварь какую-то, выхлопа нет никакого. Бегаешь, выручаешь того, сего, а остаешься ни с чем. Где этот персонаж задания?
Greetings. What do you...
Do you need help with anything? I'm looking for work.
I don't. But if you're not afraid of hard labor... Anyway, old Marchal's got other things to grind.
What do you mean?
Rumour has it some strumpet shacked up with him, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since.
Keeping his nose to a different grindstone, then?
You could say that. As they say, if you want to see an old man act the fool... Head southwest till you... It's a huge mill in the middle of nowhere. You can't...
Thanks.
Писец. Что ж меня дрочит, а? Все, здесь остановись. Ну, здесь, пожалуйста. Не надо. Бля. Как вам нравится, да, меня гонять туда-сюда, сучки? Лошадь моя. Пошли, вороной. У нас новая погонка есть. И на самом деле это уже осточертело. Ну такая вот у меня душа. Не могу в такие игры играть и оставить незавершенный квест. Хотя вот что такого? Кому помощь нужна была?
What are you doing in there?
Thank God! You've got to help me! The miller's gone completely mad! He locked me in here! He wants to kill me! I know you're out there! Please help me!
What are you doing in there?
Thank God! You've got to help me!
Ну это что-то
The
интересное.
miller's gone completely mad! He locked me in here! Oh my God! Thank that lunatic said he was fetching an axe! You have to help me.
Кто такой?
Wait, slow
Ты
down.
кто такой?
Who are you?
Can't you see? I'm from the mill. I'm the miller's wife. The miller, that old beast. He's always been nasty to me, but now he started beating me too. So I said I was leaving him. I told him anywhere would be better than here.
And he locked you up?
He said the only place I'd be going would be 6 feet under.
Damn, that's terrible.
Please, talk to him. He'll listen to a proper man. I'm too scared of him.
All right, I will. Where can I find him?
There's a shed behind the mill with wood in it. He must have gone there to get the axe.
Stay here. I'll go and look for him.
Thank you. And be careful.
Индра, я бы на твоем месте не ввязывался бы в это дерьмо.
There's no one here. I hope I didn't miss him. I'll have to get back.
Hey, what are you... I reckon you're just who we're looking for. What are you doing here?
I've come for the girl who's been locked up here. But now I see she's scarpered.
What do you know about this?
She said the miller here was beating her and wanted to kill her.
You what?
She was beside herself with fear. If I hadn't helped her, she'd have lost her mind by now.
You idiot. That bitch was stealing from me. I locked her in there while I fetched the guard. Not so I could kill her.
Well, that was easier than I expected. The wicked girl got away, and the young man here helped her to escape. So, either you pay for what she stole, or I'll personally clap you in the stocks.
How dare you? I'm the son of the royal hetman, you scum. Show me the respect I'm owed.
But I don't know you.
May I remind you, when you deal with me, you might as well be dealing with the king himself. I'm the son of Lord Radzig Kobbler, And if you don't accord me the treatment I deserve, I'll show you exactly why it doesn't pay to fuck with me.
If that's the case, we're sorry, sir. I'd have never expected nobility in a dump like this. I mean, we wouldn't have expected you here, sir.
But he let her go. I mean, she stole everything I had.
Shut your mouth, you fool. I'll make sure the thief is caught, sir. And once again, please accept our deepest apologies. I'll go to the village right away to see if anyone's seen her.
But what about...
You stay here in case she comes back.
Curva?
I bid you farewell, sir. God be with you.
Well, good day.
Ну, такие квесты мне нравятся. Представился хером каким-то, да? Он и поверил. Ну. Не было у него выбора. Ты знаешь, кто я такой? Ты знаешь, кто я такой? Я сын пана Рацига Кобылы. А не какой-то там Гаврик. Мертвые солдаты. Мертвые солдаты. Бедолашки. Почему деньги не забирают, не понимаю. Либо Идра по всем карманам прошаривает, либо бандиты такие тупорылые. А зачем я вот здесь останавливаюсь, в принципе? Для чего такое событие создано? Ладно, мне там какую-то ловушку там или прилетели, какая-нибудь баба такая. А, это ты! Я тебя сдам стражникам! То, ну, лежат додики, ну, все оборванные, ничего у них нету. Жопы голые. Все. Никакого дальше развития. Все, голые жопы, все. Ну. Наверное, посчитали, что это прикольно. Но с другой стороны, а что такого? Мы же играем как бы... Это же как бы считается симулятор средневековья, правильно? Поэтому... Чего уебываться?
Stop! You're wearing my things!
Halt! Easy now. I surrender.
Какие вещи
You're a
это
thief. You're even...
How dare you accuse me like that? Like some ordinary peasant. Do you have any idea who I am?
Oh, I...
Да ты охеренный тип, да. Только перчатки мои давай-ка обратно. А, ну и гроши, чтобы тебе не повадно было. Блин, достали вот мои перчатки трогать. Какая им разница? С чего они вообще взяли, что перчатки это их перчатки? Мои перчатки. Замок, очень сложный замок, прикинь. Вот так вот. Ладно, попозже к ней тогда зайду. Пойду сейчас в таверну схожу.
A fountain? Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city.
Сейчас я быстро схожу. В сундучок положу свое добро. Надо с лошади, кстати, забрать все будет сейчас. Офигеть, он нам нести может. Реально кобыла, блин. Эй, что происходит? Полетели. Лима, дрема, гвоздики, дурики. Обалдеть, сколько я всего натыбрил, да? Я молодец или не молодец?
Praise the Lord.
Ого, бежать вообще не могу теперь.
Coming right up.
Are you being cautious or cowardly?
Я присяду немножко, надо пару книжек умных прочитать. Инженер будет доволен. Так, книги, жизнь в седле, ученость. Ученый, индроученый. Жизнь в седле, вот это надо. Новые очки. Верховая езда. Последний рывок 2. Ну хоть сундук сейчас не лагает, смотри-ка. Классненько. Значит, какие-то правочки внесли ребята. Ну да, а то вообще, помню, у меня уже забился. Нельзя было ничего положить туда. А сейчас нормально. Нет, нюрнбергские перчатки оставлю у себя, даже если у меня их постоянно пытаются свалындать. А постоянно у меня их пытаются свалындать. Так, сыч оставьте. Бычья кровь. Первого знает. Шнапс убираем. Щепотка счастья. Что за херня? Интересно, да, play? Let's play. До утра. Там уже будем думать. Ну, сейчас я палочки к своей схожу. Ёпта, еще турнир. И что делать, идти или не идти? Я сейчас к палочке схожу, а потом на турнир пойду. Конечно, это опять лаги, вот эти будут лагодром сраный.
How you'll learn that the church is rotten. Hear what Master Yan
I'm thinking of buying a rowboat or maybe a punt.
Are you blind?
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the city council assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund...
Sigismund's just a usurper. Wenceslas is the only true Bohemian king.
Singing Ruthard's song, eh? I might have known. Speak and tell the truth.
That's none of your concern.
Oh, really? Then about fate...
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your...
All right, all right. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately, and that will be the end of...
I must have misheard you. Our business will be over when I say it is, not before. So pull your head out your ass and see to getting me into that assembly.
All right, Jesus. No need to lose your temper. You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook is roughly around your age, although not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard of...
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today, from Master Taylor Schnapp. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle, that...
What would work on him? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
I'll be going then.
Just make sure we both...
Who fills their coffers?
Aye, that's exactly how it...
Что, новый план? Хотя, бляха-муха, в попу. Пойду к девке своей. Думаю, ничего там без меня не это. Это основные ж квесты, куда они денутся, правильно?
I don't know what you said to the Mint Master, but he left here looking like he'd met the Grim Reaper. May God be with you, Henry.
А можно я к вам попаду на заседание?
By the way, like you were saying about that book,
My favourite book? Pray tell, did you find it?
as I wandered through the fortress, I stumbled upon von Bergov's chambers, and there it lay. Red leather, gold inlay, just as you said.
You really found it? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Да?
By the way, did you have any time to leaf through it and see what it's about?
I read a bit of it.
What did you think?
While reading it, I thought the writing style seemed familiar.
Really?
Well, yeah. As if I knew the writer himself. Or herself.
Women writing books. Come now.
Why not? I bet they would write better than many men.
Such audacity.
More like experience. I once helped with copying. Most of it was boring drivel.
I can imagine. A person does all that work to learn to read and write, but then they sit you down at a table to copy the works of others for the rest of your life.
Waste of time, right?
Not just time, above all, talent.
Hold on. Who wrote this then?
I did. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know? Poetry, a novel, a treatise, or a whole book?
That's a tempting notion. Who knows? In another life, I might have become a writer.
Wouldn't you want to at least give it a try?
I suppose I'm not quite sure where you're going with this.
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it together. You and me. What do you think?
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers. Will you escort me?
My pleasure.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute in equal part.
Both? Well, fine. And what should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. A tale of a man or a woman? I'll take careful notes of everything.
I don't know.
You'll have to try a little harder. Otherwise, we'll be here until Judgment Day.
Well, being a man myself, a man, I suppose.
Why not? And what kind of a man is he?
You mean I have to think up a name?
You don't need to, but try to describe him so I can better imagine him. With a single word, even.
There've already been enough heroes, saints, kings, and martyrs. So an ordinary person.
That's 2 words, but I'll forgive you. And do you want it to be an ordinary villain or an ordinary do-gooder?
Make him a villain. Real scum, like a murderer or a thief.
You seem to be quite enjoying this. What of your conscience?
You mean whether I've ever done something bad?
The lines between good and bad are fairly blurry these days. But have you ever done anything against the law?
Aye, there's been plenty of that.
Forsooth. So you're another little thief who steals from the rich, gives to the poor, and spins the ladies' heads around.
Выходит
I'm
так.
spinning your head around.
I don't mean me in particular. Never mind. Back to our story. So, you proposed a murderer. What has driven him to this act? What was his motive?
What about revenge?
Cold-blooded, bloody, and best of all, unjust. I like that.
Did I ever tell you these scare me a little sometimes?
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, just about finished.
Well, let's have a look.
Not yet. Something's missing.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but I think I can handle a sketch, especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what on earth do I have to do?
Have you ever seen anyone play a flute? So sit down and pretend you're playing one.
As you wish. But promise you won't laugh at me.
Чё за додик?
Well, now we're done.
Oh, finally. I'm sore all over.
Your suffering is over. Come take a look at what we've done. Your reward. Go on, read it. I want to hear what you think of it.
So what about that story of ours?
Well, what can I say? I expected something better, I suppose.
It's your work as well. You can't braid a whip out of cow patties. And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job, it's not bad, right?
Well, what can I say? Your talents probably lie elsewhere than in painting.
I know I'm no master illuminator, but otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied. And thank you for the help. I really enjoyed it.
Well, so did I. And for that matter, you're an interesting girl, and I'd like to get to know you a little better.
No beating around the bush. How about that? Please do stop by sometime. I wager it will be enlightening for both of us. Perhaps I can show you my collection of hunting trophies.
Look out.
Why don't you go somewhere else? For good, ideally.
Нифига себе. Прогнали меня. Я вообще-то на турнир тороплюсь, ребята. Надеюсь, он пройдет очень быстро.
They look like angels on the outside, soft, gentle, and well-formed.
Righteous people of Gutenberg. Don't
I'm not going anywhere. I'm telling you. What do you want?
There,
I see.
in a moment, we'll see a duel between two skilled.
God bless.
Let your steel ring.
Give them
Fight.
hell! Jesus!
Contenders, get to it.
Leave me be!
End of duel. The Lord has decided who will be humbled and to whom will be granted a second victory. Henry! Henry!
И что, он пошел лечиться?
Don't think I don't know who you are.
For the glory of Gutenberg. End of duel.
Leave me be!
As is often the case, fortune's wheel is spinning and things are taking unexpected turns. Zdeněk of the Gate, an honest miner who will have huge support today. He promised to donate all his winning to the construction of St. Barbara's Cathedral. Great news! Lady Fortune has smiled upon us, and we'll get to see one more fight. This is the decider. Ready? Fight!
Можно это все побыстрее пропустить?
begins the final sword and shield duel.
Beautiful!
To those who are yet
This is
to
gonna
meet
take
their
a
match,
while.
Cut up his coat.
Henry of Scullets, who has already triumphed once today. End of duel. Contender handles his weapon better.
Henry will cut everyone.
Henry of Scullets. End of duel.
Lady Fortune really smiled on you today, eh?
The deed is done. The winner of the sword and shield discipline is a nimble, skilled fencer who has yet to be defeated. Contenders to put their skills with the longsword to the test.
Beautiful. I came course.
Take care, sir.
Mind where you're going.
Mastering it is no easy feat, and it is a great honor to behold the skill and courage of those who have done so. Men who could easily make war their trade will now be competing. For the glory of Gutenberg, let the duel begin! End of duel! Which contender handles his weapon better? Winner of the sword and shield discipline, Henry. End of duel! It's decided! An outstanding display of prowess on the part of the victor! Here we are! We'll soon know the winner of the longsword discipline! Welcome!
Now you're in trouble.
End of duel!
Нормально.
First duel! Winner of the sword and shield discipline!
Fuck that!
End of duel!
I haven't seen swordsmanship like that in a long time.
The final duel is over, and what a spectacle it was! Duels in heavy armor are coming up next.
I'm here to... Wonderful. All right.
Take care.
Опять меня разделят, сволочи. Ой-ой-ой, а что ж мне делать? А, мне надо его просто заточить. А то он у меня аж отравленный.
We'll see a duel between two
This one is sharpened already.
of whom is to be trifled with. And Henry of Skullets, welcome him once more. And now, he's going to face another brave warrior. End of duel.
Ну, вот так вот. Турниры здесь не очень интересные.
Contender handles his weapon better. End of duel. You both put up a spectacular fight, but there can only... No time to lose. Get to it. Hey. End of duel. This... Which contender handles his weapon better? End of duel.
Lady Fortune really smiled on
Мне получилось быстрее закончить турнир.
No words needed. You saw it yourselves. Free combat champion. Henry of Skullets, who has already triumphed once today. Hear ye, people of Gutenberg. The glory of Gutenberg has grown greatly today, and so has the glory of the local swordsmen. Our contenders fought honorably and fairly and deserve your thanks. Look forward to the next tournament, and I wish that many of you
Опять я победил.
townspeople will find the courage to
Сколько может он?
stand in the arena as well. And for those of you who'd like to learn the art, the Swordsman's Guild will
Все награды у меня,
assist you.
денежки у меня. Получается, косарь можно, ну, с турнира залут получить. Но еще за счет вычета монет ты получил новое умение мастер оружия. Прикол. Что за умение? Мастер оружия. А где это умение? Твоя турнирная борьба приносит свои плоды. В поединке с противником, что бьется тем же оружием, что и ты, твой навык владения этим оружием повышается на 3. Если же, к примеру, у тебя короткий меч, а у твоего противника длинный меч или меч-щит, то умение не действует. Ты понял? Прикол, да? Не, круто на самом деле. Скрытый навык получил. Я ж не знал, что так. Видишь, не зря участвовал в турнирах. То есть, ежели бы пропустил хотя бы один турнирчик, то все, борода была бы.
Did you see the hole by the Prague gate? Don't even
Have you got those clothes for me?
Here they are. The best fabric.
Greetings.
Surely you can wait a while. I have a customer here. Here you are. The finest fabric. Intricate work. You won't find the likes anywhere else in this town.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. Thanks. I'll gladly recommend you if anyone asks. And you impatient fella, what was it you wanted?
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine while I run around like a bugger with pictures so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
I just have to get in there, understand? I have an important message for the king about a plot against him.
But why would you want to get to him as a waiter?
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it, so I have to be incognito. See?
I see. All right, then. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right. No need to get upset. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not.
What did I do to you?
Так, надо же прирядиться, да?
It happens.
Так, зелененький, да? Надо бы искупаться в кувшине где-нибудь. Есть тут кувшин? То я как бичара. Так. А ботинки мне что одеть? Нихера. Ботинок не будет, да? Ну, ладно.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here.
We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you.
Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here it is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zargitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zargit stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something?
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter after all, not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the King of Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
There are the pictures of wine. Hopefully I won't splash anyone's shoes.
Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you
You
getting
there,
at,
lad?
Andres?
A cup of red.
I'm saying that
And
the
don't you skip
bandits who
on me.
freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing.
I apologize, sir.
That Hackenbücher.
Which one?
Monastery
Hand
red.
cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them.
Красная монастырская
It is
швыда.
eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city
Come now,
garrison.
waiter. I want a
And
red.
Herr König surely knows this too.
Thank you,
What
waiter.
is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight? Exactly.
I fancy some Tokai.
Merciful King
Refill,
Sigismund
boy.
is providing us with protection.
Sorry, sir.
Isn't he?
Orders from above.
And
This
the
is
army
unbelievable.
will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with
Pour me
brooms?
red wine.
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin?
I
for
apologize,
better
sir.
recruitment?
We can
Which
always
one?
confiscate
Monastery
the property
red.
of the king's enemies. Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he
Sir?
waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will
Well,
rise against him.
the Lord.
He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
Ёбаный слоган.
Suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around.
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city
I'd like some
fall far
monastery
short of
wine.
covering
Refill
all the
my cup,
citizens'
boy.
needs.
You're right.
I'd like to
We do
oblige,
have the
but
new baths
I'm not allowed.
This is
Not as old
unbelievable.
ones, But I hear the Hopring
Oi,
baths are more of
come
a
here.
pigsty.
They still are a bit, but the quality
everything
went
all right?
downhill at
No.
Athens, too.
But there's nothing you can do about it.
Huh?
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
I can't. I'm supposed to serve the lords.
You're supposed to do what you're told. But suit yourself. I'll go and get it myself after the assembly.
One needs to wash. There's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly.
Oi! I'd
And
like
they
some
can
white.
get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a
apologize,
man can
sir.
shave and
Which
take a...
one?
Are you
know what.
colorblind? So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you
Yep, that's
forgotten
true.
the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's
Sir?
plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important. We don't
I fancy some Tokai.
arguing about
Refill,
who
boy.
is going to wash where and how. is a
I'd like
waste
to oblige, but
It's
I'm
only a
out.
waste of
This
time
is
because we're
unbelievable.
always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that RUTUBE has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way. At least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
And the full cup.
And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates
I apologize,
him.
sir.
He can hate
Which
all he
one?
wants,
Tokai.
as long as he does no
That's
damage.
the white.
Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the RUTUBE incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just
Sir?
a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's set.
Well, thank
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending RUTUBE? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't
Boy,
like RUTUBE.
I'd like
true,
some
but
white.
In this case, it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated.
Sir?
I don't think RUTUBE will cause any trouble. He
Thank
is
you,
sensible
waiter.
enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on
Hey,
it.
waiter.
Let's
Pour
move
me some
on.
Tokai.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Sir?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said
Well, thank
anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, RUTUBE and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So RUTUBE is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries, students, and other scum of all kinds, but city councillors...
Waiter,
Be
get me
specific,
white.
Forsooker. Are you blaming one of us?
Ah, and look who spoke first.
First of all,
Sir?
it wasn't a duel.
Чё, этому уроду, что ли?
Supposed to be an honorable
Don't hang
combat.
around me. Vanish, you hear me?
Part of it.
And that's the only reason you're
As
still
you
here
wish,
on the council and
Sir
not in the
Ulrich.
pillory.
If you want to blame somebody,
want to see
you
you
should
again.
point the finger at the youngster here who's...
Excuse me.
Ah, never mind.
I suspect the gentleman from the
Hey,
city's sword fighting
waiter.
school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German Menhard.
Refill,
Who
sir?
knows who
Do you think
that
I come to the council just to guzzle wine?
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
I really shouldn't, sir.
A fine servant you are.
There are more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughingstock of the whole town.
You can rest assured the whole town is already
Hey,
laughing at
waiter.
us all day
Pour me
long.
some monastery wine.
So what if they have one more reason?
My words
I'd like to
exactly.
oblige,
The
but
town
I'm not
council
allowed.
This is unbelievable.
Otherwise, I'll soon give myself
and
away.
no one is left unscathed.
And you, a councillor, let people throw dirt on our work?
If I threw out everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be out of customers.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Since there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Haven't you noticed
Hey,
there's a
waiter.
war going on?
Pour me some Zakai.
Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than
Sir?
the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do?
You,
Do you?
lad.
And what would that be?
Like, for
Have we
instance, that you'd like to have your own altar
Well,
there?
naturally.
So what if I
Go to
would?
your tavern
Hold
almost
your
every
horses,
day.
gentlemen.
Really?
That space in the
Then you
side
must
nave
have
is
decent
mine.
wages
Then
to be
hell
able to
freezes
visit
over,
the
my
best
friend.
tavern in town
Your
regularly.
place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the
Ладно, у меня
services
серия заканчивается,
our
мне,
guild
я вынужден
provided,
закончить.
and
Ну,
still
я думаю... Сука.
to the crown.
Не могу сохранение сделать.
I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all,
У меня серия эротичная, твою мать. Монастырская, базару нету.
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh,
Sir?
this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted
It's
out.
you?
Not
I
long
see you've
ago,
come up in the world.
guards raided
From a
and threw them
bathhouse
all
boy
out.
to a waiter.
Ah, yes, I had
You'll go a
forgotten.
long way.
What do we have to discuss next?
One day I'll be the bailiff here. Wait and see.
You're a merry soul, lad. I like that.
И что, где ёбаный король? Слава богу. Что, не придет Додик?
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's going to tackle RUTUBE.
Azonal Tücek Össe, Elegiop Katonaikat, Ishkelkinek Utra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this man of fires!
Дайте мне сохраниться просто, ёпта. Сука. Что за серия такая? Длинная. И смысл, я ничего не выведу там. Получается. Жишки тут все. Багуты. Херуты.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. See more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the
Сейчас я пропущу, потому что завершать это я потом хер загружу.
We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here.
Wait a moment. Rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now they're keeping mostly to them. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spirit.
I wouldn't be too sure. Who's that French fellow you...
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a black. Besides, he defended... If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with...
How does it feel to breathe free?
What can I say? You can never...
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. Wine...
What do you plan to do now you're a free man?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches.
Have you perchance...
I'll leave that to the older and wiser.
Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself.
Indeed you should.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear...
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually...
Все, спасибо всем за просмотр, подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, до новых встреч, пока-пока.